I'm Adam Watson.
I'm Trinity Watson.
I'm Julian Watson.
This is Dark Center Mafia Power Hour.
Where it's probably not going to be an hour.
Today we're looking at Sergio Aragone's Groo, issue number 1 from Dark Horse's 1-for-1 reprint series. I think this is actually really just issue number 1.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think. I know I've read this story before, so.
Mm-hmm. I've never read Groo before.
This is your first time ever?
Mm-hmm.
But you had read at least a Sergio story in the He-Man comic that we did.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're not completely unfamiliar with his artwork.
Mm.
Story and art are by Sergio Aragones, with dialogue by Mark Evanier, colored by Tom Luth, and lettered by Stan Sakai. You guys probably know that name, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah, he's a longtime letterer on Groo, if you don't know that.
Huh.
Yeah. So it starts off with a minstrel that's seen in damn near every Groo story, or maybe every Groo story, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Coming through town, singing of Groo's stupid exploits, just like he always does.
Yeah, normally singing in comics is really awkward, really weird feeling. I feel like it's not awkward in this. I really like it.
Well, this is so cartoony and everything that it really works.
Mm-hmm.
It sells it. So the minstrel finds his way into a tavern and decides to start singing his songs about Groo the Menace.
Mm-hmm.
Tells a story about how Groo was hired to watch over some urns of oil. And he proved his strength to the merchants by chopping down trees as though they were men.
Mm-hmm.
Only to discover, in common Groo fashion, that these were not trees, but scaffolding.
Yeah.
I like the way that Sergio incorporates like more modern day stuff in along with this. It's like these guys look like modern day construction workers in so many ways.
Yeah.
Reminds me of like Monty Python. Like
Yeah, I can see. I could definitely see parallels between what he does and Monty Python for sure.
Yeah, but it's not as weird and confusing as it is in that Samurai Cat book that we took a look at a while ago.
Oh, yeah. That one, the biggest problem with it was that it tried too hard to, be funny.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't really that funny. That comic wasn't that bad, though. I'd kind of like to get more of it, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then Groo hatches a brilliant plan. They can't steal the urns of oil if there are no urns of oil.
Mm-hmm.
And destroys all of them. At this, though, the people in the bar are pissed. The minstrel is spreading lies about their dear genius Groo.
Yeah.
So he then decides to tell a story about Groo boarding a ship.
Mm.
And upon trying to board it, the captain told him that the crew was too voluminous, but Groo didn't understand what that meant and thought there was room for him in Roberto.
Yeah.
So he comes aboard, and it looks like Groo's just going to be a good sailor, help out on the ship and all that, but then they piss him off by thinking that he's going to sink their ship. So he demonstrates what an idiot would do to sink a ship and sinks their ship. And at this, the townspeople in the bar get pissed off at him all over again. So he's trying to describe what Groo looks like, and yes, this is the same Groo.
Yeah, that's their hero.
Yeah, he's their hero. He's a genius.
Mm-hmm.
So he then gets booted out of the tavern. They start throwing chairs and shit at him. Chase him out of town when he hears the sounds of a skirmish and knows that Groo is somewhere to be found. Have you guys noticed that every time the minstrel is shown, there's something different on the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fish in a bowl here. It's a rat here.
Mm-hmm.
It was a couple of dolphins
It's a
a few pages ago. Yeah, I don't know what all the animals are, but I love all the little stupid details like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it is in fact Groo whooping the ass of an entire invading army. See, the dumb thing they do is let Groo wander on his own.
Yeah.
They should just lead him to the people that need to die, give him food, give him drink, but most people just can't figure that out with him.
No.
So yeah, after he vanquishes the entire army, it's discovered that Groo is in fact a hero here.
Yeah.
And he seems way more intelligent to the point that Rafferto does not understand him anymore. I assume it has something to do with the berries he keeps eating.
Oh, is he eating berries throughout this?
Yeah, that must be what they farm in this area because they're all carrying bags of berries and he keeps popping them in his mouth.
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming it has something to do with that, but it doesn't actually say in this issue what's made Groo so smart all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the minstrel decides he's going to follow Groo and see this changed man. After hours of walking, they end up in a mountain pass, and he thinks this is for sure where Groo is going to fuck everything up.
Mm-hmm.
Only to discover that this is indeed a smart Groo. He decides to let loose a herd of cows so that the soldiers will think all the townspeople are coming, and then he attacks them and kills them because, he's Groo.
Yeah. It's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, I love the fact that he can't be defeated in battle because he's too stupid to lose a fight. So the minstrel decides to go off and sing new songs of Groo, how smart he is and how stupid and evil the stupid king is. And he's so dumb that he doesn't realize that he's singing these songs to the king.
Yeah.
Gets himself thrown in the dungeon where he's going to sing songs about Groo the hero. But the people who are in the dungeon do not want to hear about it.
No.
I don't know.
That's the reason they're in there.
I don't know if the next issue picks up like direct continuity wise or not.
Mm.
But I do want to know why Groo is so smart in this one. Does Dr. Solar ad work on you guys at all?
I don't like the image that they use personally.
It's not a bad image, I don't think.
Yeah.
But this is a character that I do think has limited appeal to today's audience.
Yeah.
Because I think this is a character that primarily is going to be picked up by an older audience. Out of all of the Valiant books, it kind of seemed like the one that not very many people I knew were really excited for because the character kind of already seemed dated even then.
Makes sense.
They didn't really update him enough like they did with Turok, in my opinion. But, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Whatever the case, he is a really old character. I like that Goon cell phone cover. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. How hard do you think it is to find the cell phone case?
Hard to say. It'd be harder to find a phone that fit these days.
Yeah.
As far as Star Wars ads go, that's actually pretty good looking.
Yeah.
And then that ad is stupid looking.
I hate it. It's so weird looking.
The one thing I really hate when all my friends have been selling at Comic-Cons is all of a sudden they're posting photos of every single person who bought their comics, standing there and holding their comics. I know that this ad is probably before that was a real trend that comic creators did, but it lets off those vibes to me, right? And whenever we're tabling together, I'm like, why the fuck are you taking a picture of this guy buying your comic? Do you think he thinks that's part of the experience?
Yeah.
Because if I buy somebody's comic, I don't want them to ask me to pose with it for a picture like they have proof that they sold a copy that day. Mm-hmm. That's just, yeah. Yeah, so around Halloween time, we should take a look at Boogeyman.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
I have copies of that already. So yeah, Groo issue number 1. Does it make you guys want to seek more of it out?
Yeah.
Yes, he's awesome. I love him.
Good news for you, because this is easy to find in 50-cent bins, and you can probably find the trade paperbacks in $5 trade paperback buys at Comic-Cons.
Oh,
So
that's nice.
it's easy to find.
Yeah.
You guys got anything else?
Nope.
All right, let's go make some comics. We didn't create the comics that were featured in today's episode, but we did create these. Check out Ghost Assassin in the Cards and the Chihuahua Who Flew Away mini comic, both of which were written by me. The Chihuahua Who Flew Away was illustrated
By me.